Canada is taking action to ensure immigration laws are enforced across the country. Certain regions are seeing more removals of individuals without legal status as authorities maintain compliance with national laws. In this video, we count down the top 10 Canadian regions removing illegal immigrants, showing where enforcement is focused and why legal compliance is a priority. Stay tuned to see which regions make the list. Number 10. Atlantic Region. The Atlantic region may seem calm and remote, but federal immigration enforcement applies consistently across all provinces. Authorities remove individuals who are residing without legal status, have expired permits, or whose refugee or immigration claims have been rejected. While total numbers are smaller than in central Canada, removals occur steadily, showing that enforcement is nationwide and no area is exempt. The combined population of the Atlantic provinces is approximately 2.3 million 2025 estimate, with low population density across urban and rural communities. Federal immigration procedures are applied uniformly, ensuring legal compliance regardless of location. The primary reason for removal in this region is lack of valid legal status or rejected refugee claims. Some cases involve high-priority enforcement, such as individuals with prior criminal convictions or security concerns, but the majority of removals are administrative and based on legal compliance. The region's economy includes sectors such as tourism, fisheries, and services. All workers must have proper authorization, and federal authorities enforce immigration laws consistently. Cities and towns provide access to healthcare, education, and public services. Rural areas are more spread out, and residents may need to travel for legal or settlement services. Housing and living costs are generally lower than in major metropolitan areas, but enforcement procedures apply uniformly across the region. The Atlantic region offers scenic coastlines, historic towns, and cultural attractions, drawing newcomers for work or study. Immigration enforcement, however, focuses solely on legal compliance, not geography. The Atlantic region combines opportunity and charm, but removals occur strictly for legal reasons, such as lack of valid status or rejected claims, making it one of Canada's consistently monitored regions.
Number 9. Northern Ontario. Northern Ontario may seem remote and quiet, but federal immigration enforcement applies consistently across the region. Authorities process cases of individuals residing without valid legal status or whose refugee or immigration claims have been rejected. While the number of removals is smaller than in major metropolitan areas, enforcement occurs steadily, demonstrating that all regions, including remote communities, are included under national regulations. Northern Ontario has a population of approximately 780,000, 2025 estimate, spread across cities, towns, and rural areas, resulting in low population density. Federal authorities apply immigration procedures uniformly, regardless of location. The primary reasons for removal are lack of valid immigration status and exhausted legal avenues. Some cases may involve high-priority enforcement, such as individuals with prior criminal convictions or security concerns, but most removals are administrative and focused solely on legal compliance. The region's economy includes mining, forestry, and tourism. All workers must have proper authorization, and federal authorities ensure that legal employment standards are maintained. Transportation can be limited in remote areas, and distances between towns and services are significant. Housing is generally more affordable than in southern cities, but all residents remain subject to the same legal requirements and enforcement procedures. Northern Ontario offers natural beauty, lakes, forests, and recreational opportunities. These features attract residents and newcomers, while enforcement remains focused entirely on legal status, not location or industry. Northern Ontario demonstrates that even remote and less populated regions are included in federal immigration enforcement, with valid legal status being the sole factor driving removals.
Number 8. Pacific Region, including British Columbia and Yukon. The Pacific region, including British Columbia and Yukon, is a highly populated and economically active area where federal immigration enforcement is applied consistently. Authorities process cases of individuals residing without valid status or whose refugee or immigration claims have been rejected. High-density urban centers, such as Vancouver, are included in enforcement programs, ensuring that compliance with national immigration laws is maintained across the region. The Pacific region has approximately 5.3 million residents, 2025 estimate, including dense urban centers and more remote communities. Federal enforcement applies uniformly across all areas, regardless of population density or diversity. The main reasons for removal are expired visas, rejected refugee claims, or violations of immigration law. Some cases are flagged for high-priority enforcement, such as individuals with prior criminal convictions or security concerns, but most removals are administrative and based solely on legal status. The region has strong sectors in technology, tourism, and services. All workers must have proper authorization, and legal compliance is maintained through standard federal procedures. Housing costs are generally higher in urban areas, and public transportation and services are widely available. Enforcement procedures apply consistently across the region, without targeting specific neighborhoods or industries. The Pacific region offers mountains, coastal landscapes, cultural diversity, and recreational opportunities. These features attract residents, while immigration enforcement remains focused entirely on legal status, not location or occupation. The Pacific region is attractive for its economy and lifestyle, but removals occur strictly for legal reasons, such as lack of valid status or rejected claims, making enforcement consistent and nationwide.
Number 7. Alberta and Calgary region. Alberta, including the Calgary metropolitan area, is a region with significant population and economic activity. Federal immigration enforcement is applied consistently throughout the province, including urban and rural areas. Authorities process cases of individuals who are residing without valid status or whose refugee or immigration claims have been rejected, demonstrating that enforcement is active across all regions. Alberta has a population of approximately 4.5 million, 2025 estimate, with Calgary accounting for roughly 1.4 million residents. Population density is moderate, with urban clusters surrounded by rural expanses. Federal enforcement procedures are applied uniformly across all areas. The primary reasons for removal are lack of valid legal status, including expired visas or rejected refugee claims. Some cases are prioritized due to prior criminal convictions or security concerns, but most removals are administrative and based strictly on legal compliance. Alberta's economy is dominated by oil, gas, energy, agriculture, and manufacturing. All workers must have proper authorization, and federal authorities maintain compliance with immigration laws consistently. Urban centers like Calgary have strong infrastructure, including public transit, utilities, and accessible services. Housing costs are lower than coastal metros, and enforcement procedures apply evenly across the province, regardless of location or occupation. Alberta is known for its scenic landscapes, mountains, and national parks. Calgary offers cultural events, outdoor recreation, and community amenities. Immigration enforcement focuses solely on legal status, not geography or sector. Alberta combines economic opportunity and natural beauty, but removals occur strictly for legal reasons such as expired visas or rejected claims, making enforcement consistent and nationwide.
Number 6. Saskatchewan region. Saskatchewan is a province of wide open spaces, blending urban centers like Regina and Saskatoon with vast rural areas. With a population of approximately 1.2 million, 2025 estimate, spread over about 250,000 square miles, the province has one of the lowest population densities in Canada. Urban clusters provide access to education, healthcare, and services, while rural communities are more spread out, requiring residents to travel longer distances for amenities. Despite this, all areas fall under the same federal immigration enforcement framework, ensuring that individuals without legal status are processed according to national laws. Saskatchewan's economy is largely driven by agriculture, mining, and energy sectors. These industries require workers to have proper authorization, and federal authorities enforce legal compliance across the province. While employment opportunities exist, anyone without valid status is subject to federal immigration procedures consistent with legal requirements across Canada. Housing prices in Saskatchewan are generally lower than in Canada's major metropolitan regions. Public transportation is concentrated in cities, while rural areas rely more on personal vehicles. Internet and cellular coverage are widely available, although service may be less robust in remote areas.
Residents enjoy affordable utility costs, access to provincial highways, and a range of community services. Saskatchewan offers a mix of natural beauty and cultural opportunities. National parks, lakes, and outdoor recreation attract both locals and newcomers. Urban centers provide cultural festivals, universities, and community programs, while smaller towns offer close-knit communities and slower-paced living. Saskatchewan provides economic opportunities, scenic landscapes, and community life, but federal immigration enforcement is consistent throughout the province, with legal status serving as the primary factor in any removal procedures.
Number 5. Manitoba and Winnipeg region. Manitoba, including the Winnipeg metropolitan area, is part of Canada's nationwide immigration enforcement program. Authorities process cases of individuals residing without valid legal status or whose refugee or immigration claims have been rejected. While the total number of removals is smaller than in provinces like Ontario or Quebec, enforcement occurs consistently across both urban and rural areas. Manitoba has a population of approximately 1.4 million, 2025 estimate, with Winnipeg accounting for around 750,000 residents. Population density is moderate, with urban centers surrounded by rural and agricultural regions. Federal enforcement applies uniformly across all areas, ensuring compliance with immigration laws. The main reasons for removal are expired visas, rejected refugee claims, or other violations of immigration law. Some cases may be prioritized due to prior criminal convictions or security concerns, but the majority of removals are administrative and based strictly on legal compliance. Manitoba's economy includes manufacturing, agriculture, education, and public services. Employment in these sectors requires proper authorization, and authorities maintain consistent enforcement to ensure legal compliance. Urban centers like Winnipeg provide transport, utilities, and public services. Housing is generally more affordable than in coastal cities, and federal immigration enforcement applies uniformly across all areas, without targeting specific neighborhoods or occupations. Manitoba offers parks, lakes, cultural events, and recreational opportunities. Communities provide standard services and amenities, while immigration enforcement focuses exclusively on legal status, not location or industry. Manitoba combines affordability, urban and rural opportunities, and natural attractions. But removals occur solely for legal reasons, such as expired visas or rejected claims, making enforcement consistent and nationwide.
Number 3. Quebec City and its surrounding region. Quebec City and its surrounding areas are included in Canada's consistent immigration enforcement program. Federal authorities process cases of individuals residing without valid legal status or whose refugee or immigration claims have been rejected. While the total number of removals is smaller than in larger cities like Montreal or Toronto, enforcement remains steady, demonstrating that all regions are included under national immigration regulations. The Quebec City metropolitan area has approximately 850,000 residents, 2025 estimate, spread across urban neighborhoods and surrounding rural towns. Population density is moderate, and federal authorities apply immigration procedures uniformly across the region. The main reasons for removal are expired visas, rejected refugee claims, or other violations of immigration law. Some cases are prioritized due to prior criminal convictions or security concerns, but the majority of removals are administrative and based entirely on legal compliance. Quebec City's economy includes government services, tourism, education, and manufacturing. All workers are required to have proper authorization, and authorities enforce compliance in all sectors. The city offers public transit, utilities, and access to services, while rural areas may have more limited infrastructure. Housing is generally more affordable than in larger Canadian metropolitan areas, and immigration enforcement applies consistently throughout urban and surrounding areas. Quebec City is known for its historic architecture, cultural events, and francophone heritage. These features attract residents and newcomers, while federal enforcement remains focused strictly on legal status, not location or occupation. Quebec City combines culture,
economic activity, and affordable living, but removals occur solely for legal reasons, such as expired visas or rejected claims, making enforcement active and consistent across the region.
Number 2. Montreal region. Montreal is one of Canada's largest and most populous urban areas, and federal immigration enforcement applies consistently throughout the region. Authorities process cases of individuals residing without valid legal status or whose refugee or immigration claims have been rejected. While the city's population is dense and diverse, removals are based strictly on legal compliance, ensuring that federal regulations are applied evenly across all neighborhoods and suburbs. The Montreal metropolitan area has approximately 4.3 million residents, 2025 estimate. Enforcement activities cover both urban neighborhoods and surrounding suburbs, with procedures applied uniformly, regardless of population density or community composition. The primary reasons for removal are expired visas, rejected refugee claims, or other immigration law violations. A smaller portion of cases is prioritized due to prior criminal convictions or security concerns, but most removals are administrative and focused solely on maintaining compliance with federal immigration law. Montreal's economy spans aerospace, technology, finance, education, and tourism. All employment requires proper authorization, and federal authorities enforce compliance across all sectors. The city provides extensive public transit, utilities, and service infrastructure. Housing costs are higher than in many other regions, and enforcement procedures apply consistently to all individuals without valid status. Montreal is known for its cultural diversity, historic neighborhoods, festivals, and recreational opportunities. While the city offers many amenities, immigration enforcement focuses entirely on legal status, not location, occupation, or community. Montreal combines urban opportunities and cultural appeal, but removals occur strictly for legal reasons, such as expired visas or rejected claims, making enforcement consistent and a central priority in the region.
Number 1. Greater Toronto Area, GTA. The Greater Toronto Area is Canada's largest urban hub, and federal immigration enforcement is applied consistently across the region. Authorities process cases of individuals residing without valid status or whose refugee or immigration claims have been rejected. As Canada's most populous and economically active region, the GTA is a primary focus for maintaining compliance with federal immigration laws. The GTA is home to approximately 6.7 million residents, 2025 estimate, with a population density of about 2,900 per square mile. Urban and suburban areas are monitored consistently, and enforcement procedures cover multiple municipalities to ensure legal compliance. The main reasons for removal are expired or invalid immigration documents, rejected refugee claims, or other administrative violations. Some cases are prioritized due to prior criminal convictions or security concerns, but most removals are administrative and focused solely on legal compliance. Toronto's economy spans finance, technology, healthcare, retail, and services. Employment requires proper authorization, and authorities enforce compliance consistently across all sectors. The GTA provides extensive public transit, utilities, and accessible services. Housing costs are high, but enforcement applies uniformly to all individuals without valid status, ensuring legal compliance is maintained. Toronto offers cultural events, educational institutions, diverse communities, and vibrant neighborhoods. Immigration enforcement focuses strictly on legal status, not occupation, income, or neighborhood. The GTA combines economic opportunity, cultural diversity, and urban amenities, but removals occur solely for legal reasons, such as expired visas or rejected claims, making enforcement active and consistent throughout the region. Across Canada, from the GTA to the Atlantic region, a consistent pattern is clear. Lack of valid legal status or rejected claims is the primary reason for federal removals. Enforcement applies nationwide, ensuring compliance regardless of population size, geography, or urban density. These top 10 regions show that all areas, from major cities to smaller or scenic provinces, are included in federal immigration programs. Which region did you find most surprising? Did you expect removals to be concentrated in large urban centers, or were smaller regions unexpected?
Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe